would happen if girls were to behave more like guys?
I love you.
Thank you.
There's a difference between, showing affection, I think, when it comes to guys and girls.
It's The Flip Side, a hilarious viral video series, more than 2 million views and counting, where men become the sensitive type.
Remember when you used to open the door for me?
And women, well, they don't hold back.
What do you guys like to drink?
Raspberry kamikaze.
Raspberry kamikaze. That sounds good.
We wanted to show the guy wanting more love, the guy, wanting to be swooned.
This is what it looks like on screen.yahoo.com's The Flip Side, flipping cliche gender roles from the gym to the bar.
I love this song. What? I love this song.
Yeah, sweating hard. Yeah.
Whoa, excuse us. Excuse us. No.
It's funny to see the roles totally reverse, especially in the bar.
Guys get so aggressive sometimes. And
They always crash the party. It's like,
and so that's the biggest one that they love is because, see, this is what happens.
The creators say they're tapping into their real-life relationships for endless on-screen drama.
I have a girlfriend who hates Valentine's Day, but if I don't do anything, I might get into trouble there too.
Yeah.
You didn't plan anything?
You said you didn't want to do anything.
So in the spirit of flipping,
You know how sensitive guys are, but they love chocolate. So I got him a box.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Did we do good? Were we okay?
Oh, I swear you did great.
for Good Morning America,
I swear the camera does not add 10 pounds.
All right, we were.
Abbie Boudreau, ABC News, Los Angeles.
So nobody knows the do's and don'ts of dating better than this man. Chris Harrison, the longtime host of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, has seen it all, and he's here now to talk about women manning up in the dating world. So what do you think, Chris?
It's really the kind of the social dynamic of The Bachelorette and that pushing that envelope. But look, I think the roles have been pushed. I don't think they've been reversed. I think it gets to a certain point, and I even see it on The Bachelorette, where you go back to those traditional roles where in the end, it's still the guy that gets down on one knee. I think you get to that point, and I think a woman still wants to be treated like a lady, and I still think a man wants to treat a woman like that. So, again, I think it'll get to a certain degree, but I don't think anybody really wants it to do a 180.
What do you see on the show, on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, when that happens? Does it work in your experience?
Well, it works because The Bachelorette does work, but I also know that it's awkward. It's a very awkward moment when, again, it's we see Sean there on The Bachelor, and when the women get out of the limo, it's kind of that natural progression. When it's the woman there and these guys are completely just put in the, really in a role they're not used to, it's awkward for them.
Right.
And again, that's why I love the show, because it just raises that debate. But eventually, I find on The Bachelorette, the roles do reverse, and the guys kind of go back to taking control.
I do think that more and more women want to take a little more command of the situation, and it is a new day has dawned.
And by the way, as they should, it's great when a woman comes up and starts a conversation, wants to pay for dinner, all that. Obviously, that's all great. Those roles have definitely changed. But again, don't you want to be treated like a lady at the end of the day?
Well, of course.
Of course you do.
But treated like an equal, though, I think, right? I mean, I think we all want that.
Right.
In your experience, what advice would you give women in the dating world about how to add a little bit of this manning up, but, be careful?
Well, I think it's being assertive, being confident, and that goes with everything, is knowing yourself and being confident, being happy with yourself, and realizing that, and this goes both ways, somebody else isn't going to make you happy. Somebody else isn't going to complete you. And I think once you figure that out, then the pieces kind of fall together for you.
Yeah. What do you like in a lady?
Well, how about that for a loaded question? I see you working, Lara.
No. I wonder because you do have so.
Right.
I mean, how many women have you seen? How many men have you seen in all the years that you've been doing this?
Right.
You've really seen what works and what doesn't. I think you are somebody who can give us a lot of insight.
But
women everywhere, a lot of insight.
For me, it's knowing what I like. I'm a pretty traditional guy. I grew up, what I call the South is Dallas, Texas, and so I like, kind of old traditions. I like being a gentleman. I like still being able to open a door and pay for, I like that.
Yeah. So you wouldn't want the manning up?
To a certain degree, but I also like somebody who I need, who's. We all do. Smart, good conversationalist, can definitely add to the situation and the equation, for sure.
Let's talk a little bit about this season of The
Here's
Bachelor.
what I want someone like you just support me and just take care of me.
I would support you, Chris.
Would you?
Forever and always.
Would you love me forever and ever?
I would. If I wasn't married, forever and always. It would be amazing. Speaking of lasting relationships, wondering how Sean's doing on this season of The Bachelor. We're what, 3 episodes in?
Right, we're 3 episodes in. Phenomenally well. I mean, first of all, I knew people would fall in love with him once they saw him.
He's got something, doesn't he?
You're right. I mean, you met him when he was here on GMA, and, I think that I saw it when he was on with Emily, but I think it was kind of hidden because there were so many other big personalities. But now he's had his time to shine. He's got that great charisma and that charm, and he has this beautiful way of making these women feel like they are the only ones in the room. And that's good.
Is it sincere, though?
It's very sincere. That's why. And you can read that. You can't fake that. And that's why I think America's falling in love with him. But also about 15 women on our show are falling in love with him, which is bound to cause trouble and drama, which it's going to.
Thank you for the insight. Thank you for the tips on The Bachelor. Check that out on Monday.